and forks. They are just some random everyday objects that we see in our lives. How can they be ever related to this video? If you want to find the answer to that question, then watch the video till the end to find out how it's related. Guys, welcome back to my channel AdvaithOMG. Today we are back into another chess video. In the previous episode of this chess series, we learned about check, escaping check and checkmate. In today's video, we are going to learn about pins and forks, which fall under the intermediate category. So, without further ado, let's get started. So guys, I've opened up the board editor and chess.com. If you also want to follow along using the board editor, then do as follows. Go over here to learn and click on analysis. Then you can click setup position and here you go. You can add pieces to the board by dragging them onto the screen. To delete all the pieces present on the board, just click the trash can icon. Boom! There goes all the pieces. Now let's start learning about pins and forks. So pins are basically like where one lower value piece is in front of a high value piece. If the lower value piece moves out of the way, then a long ranged piece will take the higher valued piece. If you don't know what I mean by high value piece and low value piece, you can check out this video. Now let me set up a position where a pin is present. So guys, I have set up the position where a pin is present. In this position, the lower value piece, which is the knight, is in front of the higher value piece, which is the king, in terms of diagonals. The long range piece, which is the bishop, is pinning the knight to the king. There are two types of pins, absolute pin and relative pin. If the pin is a relative pin, that means the higher value piece must be a king. If that is the case, the lower value piece, in this case the knight, is not allowed to move. A relative pin is when the higher value piece is not a king. For example, if we swap the king and queen's position. There. Now, even though this knight is allowed to move, if it does move, the queen will be taken behind. So that is basically all for pins. Now let us start learning about forks. A fork is basically when one piece attacks two other pieces at the same time. Crazy, right? Usually this piece is the knight. The best type of fork that you can get is a queen king and queen fork. If you get a king and queen fork, then since the king would be in check, the king would be forced to move, in which case you could then take the queen. For example, in this position, the knight is now forking the king and the queen. Now, since the king is in check by the knight, it has to move here over to d6. Then after that, we can just take the queen. So now let me set up another position where a long range piece is attacking two other pieces other than a king and queen. So guys, I have created a position where a fork is present. Can you guys find the hidden fork? Congratulations if you found the fork where the bishop attacks both the rook and the knight together at the same time. Crazy, right? It's mind-blowing. Now, black is obligated to save the higher rated piece, which is the rook, as it is stronger than this knight over here. Now, as we move on to some further lessons on chess, we will learn that sometimes we should not always save the higher value piece, as we can save the lower value piece to create some great threats. So the rook moves over here to g4. We can proceed to take the knight on c7. But some of you might think that there is a checkmate or a mate in one move for black in this position. You might say rook to g1 is checkmate, and it almost is because the king has nowhere to move. It can't take the rook because the queen is defending it. You cannot block the check too. So what else is there left? Well, if you think like this, then you must have forgotten that we can also escape check by capturing the piece that is attacking the king. In this position, we can take this rook two different ways. I'll take it with the queen. And after this queen takes our queen, we can proceed to take it with the rook. If you guys thought like that, then you should also watch this video where we learn about check, escaping check, and checkmate. So guys, here I have set up a puzzle for you guys where you can identify the pin and find the checkmate in one move for you guys. It's white to play and checkmate the black king, who is sitting over here on h8. Congratulations if you found the pin where the queen on d4 pins the queen on g7 to the black king. Now we can proceed to take black's queen, and it is game over on the spot. The black king cannot move anywhere. We cannot block a check because the queen is right up to the king. And we can't take the queen because it's defended by the bishop. Now let me set up another puzzle for you guys based on pins. Guys, here is the position that I have set up for you. Black has 3 queens on the board. This queen is their original queen, while these other 2 are actually pawns that have promoted. If you don't know anything about promotion, then you should check out this video. It explains all about capturing pieces and promotion. Now, here's the question for you guys. Can this pawn on f6 capture the knight on f7? If you said no, then you are correct. But those of you who said yes, you can definitely capture this knight with the pawn on f6. You might be wondering why we cannot capture this knight. Well, the reason is because the black queen on h8 is pinning this pawn to the king. This is an absolute pin, so we cannot move this pawn. Otherwise, we would place our own king in check, which is illegal. However, we can take the knight with the rook, and that is completely legal. So guys, here is the position based on forks that I have set up for you. There is a hidden fork lurking in this position. This one might be a little bit more advanced for you guys to find. Congratulations if you said the incredible sacrificing move, rook to a4. Incredible, right? Now those of you that didn't say this move might say, hey Advaith, the black queen on c6 can simply take our rook. What will we do now? Well then, did you think what our next move will be? That's right. It's knight to b6. Check. Not only do we check the king, we also fork it with the queen. Incredible, right? We sacrifice our rook to lower the queen to a square where we can use our knight to fork the king and queen. This is called attraction, which we will learn later. So guys, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications to get notified whenever I upload a video. Bye!